What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back, and I am bringing you our top Pokemon card auctions of the week. As I always do, this week's auction focus will mainly be eBay, but at the end I will be reviewing some absolutely insane, in the membrane, auction video game prices that had occurred on heritage auctions. I just cannot believe some of the prices. So I do know there's some controversy behind these graded video games. There's freaking controversy behind everything nowadays, it seems. But some people have been requesting that I bring back some of the video game auction sale prices, so that's what I'm going to do. And there are some tremendous video game prices. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. Give this video a thumbs up, and thank you once again for being a subscriber to this channel. I really appreciate it. So let's get right into it here with some modern product, starting with Celebration Set. Couple of cards from Celebration Set. So I'm not going to go over all of the graded cards from Celebration Set. I'm just going to highlight a few of them. If you're interested in a really comprehensive review of the graded card sales from Celebration Set, check out my top 10 most expensive Celebrations Pokemon cards video. I will put the link in the description for that. So let's start out here with the Charizard from the Classic Collection base set in PSA 8 that sold this week for $202.50. Man, what a bummer that would be to pull this card, send it in, and get an 8. So I guess if you send it in express, 150 bucks, got back $202, eBay fees, so you're probably about broke even here. And we also had a PSA 10 Charizard from Celebration sell for $910. And this card's price has been ranging very drastically, but that's just the most recent sale that I could find for this card. Here we have the Greninja Gold Star that you get from the Elite Trainer box in PSA 10 that sold for $922. And then we had the Golden Full Art Mew card that got the BGS 10 Pristine that sold for $560. Here we got the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX in PSA 10 that sold for $252. We're starting to see some more Urshifu cards come back from PSA. From Chilling Reign, we have the Blaziken VMAX that sold as a PSA 10 for $370 this week. And we also had a BGS 10 Golden Snorlax card from Chilling Reign that sold for $665. Here is a special delivery Bidoof graded PSA 10 that sold for $570. From Evolving Skies, we got the Rayquaza V card that sold as a PSA 10 for $514, while the Rayquaza VMAX from the set sold for $690. Here was a Charizard GX from Hidden Fates graded PSA 10 that sold for $780. I'm so used to this card staying at like $900 to $1,000. I'm not used to it dipping anywhere below that. I thought this card was like invulnerable to price fluctuations, but yeah, $780 for this card this week. And then we have a couple cards from Fates Collide set. Here is an Umbreon EX in PSA 10 that sold for $580, and then the Secret Rare Alakazam from Fates Collide sold for $415. And I wanted to make mention of this Evolutions Gyarados holo that sold as a PSA 10 for $124.50. These holos from Evolutions were pretty low pop at one point. I'm not sure nowadays what the population is for these. I'll have to review that, but I want to make mention of this Gyarados. All right, a lot of cards from the EX series. We got a Hariyama EX from EX Deoxys that sold as a PSA 10 for $615. Folks, I advise that if your Yama is hairy, you should shave it. For Alligator EX from Unseen Forces sold for $642. The Mew EX from Holon Phantom sold for $1,283. The Groudon EX from Hidden Legends sold for $408. The Armaldo EX from Legend Maker set sold for $610. I'm kind of feeling that card. It's kind of cool looking. And then the Walrein EX from Legend Maker set sold for $720. Moltres EX from Fire Red Leaf Green sold for $375, while the Articuno EX sold for $446. We had a Charizard holo from EX Power Keepers in PSA 10 that sold for $2,650 this week. And then from the Z&G Emporium auction block, we had a Charizard Gold Star that got the CGC 8.5 sold for $3,150. Alright, a lot of E-Series holos came by. We got the Cloyster holo from Expedition set that sold for $460. The Politoed from Skyridge sold for $530. The Raikou from Skyridge sold as a PSA 10 for $820. The Starmie from Skyridge sold for $590. And the Valedian that sold for $367. The Machamp holo from Skyridge sold for $555. and the Ampharos Holo from Expedition set sold for a whopping $3,800. And then here we got the beautiful Umbreon Holo from Aquapolis that sold for $2,186 US. Here is a Moltres Holo from Skyridge in PSA 10. I believe this is a Poké auction. This card sold for $1,384 US. And then lastly, for our E-Series cards, we got this very expensive Gengar Holo from Skyridge. Got a beautiful swirl on the side there. This card sold as a PSA 10 for $4,250. All right, some Neo cards to go over. We have an Unlimited Shining Steelix from Neo Destiny that sold for $600 even. An Unlimited Dark Ampharos Holo sold for $425. The Dark Crobat sold for $305. And then we had a first edition Dark Houndoom from this set that sold for $710. And a first edition Dark Tyranitar Holo sold for $1,650. I still think that the PSA 10 Holos, both Unlimited and first edition from Neo Destiny, are underrated for the most part. A couple Japanese cards here. We have a Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation set that sold as a PSA 10 for $679, while the Japanese Lugia Holo from Neo Genesis sold for $1,175. Just a couple of gym cards here. We have Misty's Tentacruel in PSA 10 that sold for $483, and then we have a Sabrina's Gengar first edition Holo, PSA 10, sold for $4,142. Gengar was crushing it this week as far as auctions go. All right, a couple cards from Team Rocket set. We have a Dark Hypno first edition Holo that sold for $445. The Dark Gyarados first edition sold for $588. The Dark Alakazam first edition sold for $809. Dark Blastoise $2,296, and a Dark Charizard Holo first edition sold for $4,550, which is pretty much been the price of this card for quite a while now. A couple of Unlimited Fossil Holos to go over. We have an Aerodactyl that sold for $405. The Articuno sold for $860. And then the Dragonite Holo sold for $1,625. What are the prices of all the first edition Jungle Holo cards in PSA 10? I'm glad you asked. Here is a Clefable that sold for $1,994. The Electrode sold for $635. The Flareon sold for $1,602, while the Jolteon sold for $1,826. The Kangaskhan, which is a very difficult card to grade, sold for $2,623. Mr. Mime sold for $960, and Nidoqueen sold for $810. The Pidgeot sold for $1,325, and the Pinsir sold for $810. Snorlax came down in price. This card was actually closer to $10,000 at one point. This week it sold for $5,588. The Venomoth sold for $695. Victory Bell sold for $838. Vileplume sold for $910, and the Wigglytuff sold for $1,644. Now, if you didn't notice, the Scyther and the Vaporeon were missing from this. The sales must not have been completed, which is unfortunate, but the other 14 Holos, there you go. Those are the prices of all those this week. Only two base set cards to go over. We have a first edition Shadowed Machamp in PSA 10 that sold for $820, and an Unlimited Blastoise Holo sold for $3,150. Not too much as far as sealed product either. We have a Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection box that sold for $335, and then the Lava theme deck from Legendary Collection featuring Charizard right smack dab on the front of it sold for $2,564. Two more cards to go over before we get to our video game section. I just plain didn't know where to put these cards in the video, so here they are. Here is a PSA 10 Mew from the Card-Ass set that sold for $1,691. And then we had another Pikachu on the ball card that sold for $8,042 US. Alright folks, here it is, the video game segment. There were a bunch of Pokemon video games that came through via Heritage Auctions. Let's take a look at some of the absolutely crazy prices these went for. Here's a Pokemon trading card game that sold for the Game Boy Color, got the WADA 9.8, and sold for $15,600. Pokemon Fire Red version from the Game Boy Advance got the WADA 9.8 as well, and sold for $31,200. Pokemon Crystal version got the WADA 9.4 and sold for $25,200. The Pokemon Yellow version got the WADA 9.6 and sold for $4,080, while the WADA 9.8 copy sold for a whopping $42,000. Pokemon Blue version got the WADA 9.2, sold for $10,800, while the WADA 9.8 sold for $114,000. And then the Pokemon Red version with the WADA 9.4 sold for $45,600, while the WADA 9.8 version sold for a staggering $156,000. Folks, I do not know what to think about that. Any of that. I don't know what to think about it. You let me know what you think about it in the comments below. That's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.